Imagine the ice creaking, but it's not the lake. It's a chain pulling tight because something is trying to snap it. And when it finally does, a myth doesn't end, the world does. Today we're climbing into the dark, the 10 most iconic creatures of the North, some from the Eddas, others from sagas and Scandinavian folklore. Same fear, different sources. Stay to number 1 because that's where fate grows teeth. There's a low mound of earth, total silence. Then, a breath that shouldn't exist. The Draugr is a dead man who stays on duty, guarding his hoard, his home, his rage. You picture him slow? Mistake. In the sagas, he can swell, grow heavy as stone, crush you, choke you. And the worst part is, he doesn't just drive you away from a place, he drives you out of your own head. Because once you meet him, you start dreaming of your own grave. And if you think the dead are the worst, the next one doesn't crawl out of fog or winter. It crawls out of gold. And when it opens its jaws, you'll see what greed can turn you into.
Not every monster comes from ice or darkness. Some come from a treasure chest. Fafnir starts as a dwarf inside a family story packed with resentment and hunger. Then comes Andvari's ransom, a hoard of gold, the ring Andvaranot, and a curse that clings to whoever claims it. Fafnir chooses. He kills to own it. And to protect it, he changes for real. He sheds what he was and becomes a dragon, coiled over the hoard like a living lock. Then Sigurd arrives, led by Regin. He digs a pit in the dragon's path, waits beneath its belly, and strikes upward. Fafnir falls, but the warning sticks to your ribs. Gold doesn't make you rich, it makes you hungry. Sigurd roasts Fafnir's heart for Regin, burns his finger, tastes the blood, and suddenly he understands birds. They whisper one thing: Regin plans to betray you. But there's a place where you don't have to chase gold, you only need water. And there, the next one calls you by name.
A lake that's still, too still. Then a thin melody, like the water learned how to play. The Nøkk comes from Scandinavian folklore. It doesn't chase you, it invites you. It might be a well-dressed man on the shore, or a glossy horse that looks gentle. You walk closer because curiosity is a leash, one hand on its back. And in that instant you feel the mistake. The skin is cold, slick, wrong, and the water stops being scenery. It becomes a mouth. In northern legends, its power is the lure. It doesn't force prey, it persuades it. And if water can betray you, wait until you see what stone can do, because the next one lives where the mountain breathes.
In the north, the night is long, and trolls love it. You picture them clumsy? Sure, until you hear a boulder move behind you. In Scandinavian folklore, a troll is hunger with a temper, strength without patience, the neighbor you never want, too big, too close, too angry. And there's a cruel irony. Often it's not a sword that stops it, it's the sun. One slice of light and the monster locks up. It turns to rock, like the world saying, enough. The sun to stone motif explains the landscape, mountains and monoliths as punished trolls. They're not monsters and nothing else. They're a force of nature with a name. The Jötnar are the frost that splits timber, the storm that flips boats, the winter that won't end. Sometimes brutal, sometimes clever, sometimes tragically human. And the real conflict is this: without them, there is no challenge, but with them, the world is always on the edge of the cliff. Because when a giant knocks, it doesn't ask permission, it measures your courage. Many Norse myths are duels between order and chaos. The gods build, the giants test and break. Now we go under the roots,
because the next one doesn't siege the world from outside, it eats it from within. Picture the world tree, vast, ancient. Now picture something beneath it, in the dark, gnawing without pause. Níðhöggr isn't in a hurry, it has patience. It's the kind of evil that doesn't explode, it erodes. While life continues above, it works below, tooth by tooth, fiber by fiber. And then the doubt hits you. What if Ragnarök isn't a single glorious war, but a long, invisible wearing down? A world collapsing because something never stopped biting. Níðhöggr is tied to corruption and punishment. It gnaws the world's roots and, in some traditions, feeds on the dead of Nastrand, the shore of corpses. But if the world rots below, there's still a gate ahead. And at that gate, the next one doesn't let you pass. It makes you stay. A growl that doesn't sound like an animal. It sounds like iron scraping iron. Garmr stands before the realm of the dead, a gigantic hound, tied to fate like an invisible leash. It doesn't run, it waits. And when Ragnarök arrives, the watching ends. The bonds give way. Garmr breaks out from Gnipahellr and meets Tyr. They kill each other, like two promises paid in blood. And in that moment, you understand what this monster really is. Not just fear, but a border. The point where the living stops being living, announced by a single bark. When Garmr moves, it means the order is collapsing. The guardian becomes war. And beyond that gate sits a ruler, half shadow, half flesh, and her kingdom has no exit. Slow down here. One step. Listen to the emptiness. Hell doesn't chase, doesn't strike, doesn't roar. She rules. She reigns over the place where those who don't die like heroes are sent. Her power is a simple, frozen promise. You stay. And you understand the sharpest Norse fear, not death itself, but a death with no glory, no song, no return. Hell, half black or bluish, half flesh-colored, a face that already feels like a verdict. She looks at you the way you look at paperwork to be filed, and it hurts more than a claw. Her name is bound to the realm itself. Hell is both person and place, like the border wears a face. But if you think cold is the end, outside there's a sea that hugs the world, and in that hug, the next one is waiting. There's a moment you realize the land isn't above the sea. It's held hostage by it. Jörmungandr is so vast it coils around Midgard like a living ring. And its trick is simple. Stay there, always, like a thought you can't push away. Then Ragnarök comes. It rises, the water climbs, the sky stains, and even laughter dies on the tongue. Thor strikes it down, but the venom is already in him. He takes a few steps, 9 they say, and falls. Because when a serpent becomes the horizon, there is no far away left to run to. Its rivalry with Thor is iconic, a god against an enemy that is literally the world. Yet something is even more inevitable. A wolf raised to devour a god. And that god knows it. Fenrir isn't born evil. He's born too much. Too big, too fast, too inevitable. The gods watch him grow and realize one day he will swallow Odin. They try chains, stronger and stronger. He snaps them. So they bring a lie, a thin magical ribbon that looks harmless. Fenrir senses the trap and demands a pledge. Tyr places his hand in the wolf's mouth, and when the binding holds, the bite seals the promise. At Ragnarök, Fenrir breaks free. He runs, he devours Odin, And then Vidar brings him down, wrenching his jaws apart, like the world finally, painfully gets to breathe. The hand as pledge is pure Norse myth, honor, fear, and destiny in a single gesture.
Those were the North's 10 most iconic creatures, not just beasts, but symbols. Fear of dark, frost, water, and most of all, the inevitable. Tell me in the comments which one got under your skin and which creature you want in the next top 10. If you like these sagas told like mini-films, hit like and subscribe. Next time, we go even deeper.